Here in lacrosse, the UW-Lacrosse Eagles and the UW-Whitewater Warhawks ended their regular seasons on Saturday as the Warhawks won 24-0, their 9th straight victory over the Eagles. So happy homecoming for the 5th-ranked UW-Whitewater Warhawks as the 10th-ranked UW-Oshkosh Titans came into Perkins Stadium today, defeating the Warhawks 28-13, marking the Warhawks' first conference loss since 2008. UW-Eau Claire Blue Golds and the UW-Whitewater Warhawks battled for second place in the WIAC Conference on Saturday as the Warhawks defeated the Blue Golds 19-10 as the Warhawks ended their longest losing streak in 11 years. The Warhawks advanced their conference winning streak to 27 games with a 41-7 blowout victory over the UW Stout Blue Devils at Don and Nona Williams Stadium in Menominee. Welcome to Warhawks Sports Report. Alongside Andrew Mindham, I'm Sean Tehan. Andrew, what can you tell us about today's matchup between the UW-Oshkosh Titans and the UW-Whitewater Warhawks? Welcome to Inside Warhawks Sports alongside Warhawks head bowling coach Leanne Eimerman. I'm Sean Tehan. Coach, you used to bowl here from 2006 through 2010. How has your playing experience helped you as a coach? Welcome to Inside Warhawks Sports alongside Warhawk women's basketball player Lisa Palmer. I'm Sean Tehan. Lisa, you played high school basketball in Illinois. Why'd you choose to play collegiately in Whitewater, Wisconsin? Welcome to Inside Warhawks Sports alongside Warhawks assistant specialty wrestling coach Ben Peterson. I'm Sean Tehan. Coach, tell me a little about yourself. From what I heard, you're an Olympian. Talk about your Olympic experiences in the past. To yet another edition of Inside Warhawk Football alongside UW-Whitewater head football coach Lance Leipold. I'm Sean Tehan. Coach, your team is coming off a narrow 27-26 victory at Platteville on Saturday. Welcome to Inside Warhawk Sports alongside Warhawks graduate assistant coach Ryan Woods. I'm Sean Tehan. Now, Coach, you used to wrestle at UW Parkside. You then coached there for a year. What brought you to UW-Whitewater? Division III championships are coming up soon. How do you like this team? There are 8 Warhawks who are going to be competing there. How do you like this team compared to other teams in the past here? With the win, the Titans have sole possession of first place in the WIAC and control their own destiny to make the playoffs for the first time in program history. While the Warhawks, with their second loss of the year, their playoff forecast looks rather cloudy. I'm Sean Tehan. That was the Warhawks D3 report on UWW-TV and D3Football.com. Next week, the Warhawks wrap up their season on the road at UW-Lacrosse next Saturday. I'm Sean Tehan, and that was the Warhawks D3 report on UWW-TV and D3Football.com. Next Saturday, the Warhawks will host the undefeated UW-Oshkosh Titans in their annual homecoming game in a battle for conference supremacy. I'm Sean Tehan, and that was the Warhawks D3 report on UWW-TV and D3Football.com. For the last time this season, I'm Sean Tehan, and that was the Warhawks D3 report on UWW-TV and D3Football.com. Now, the Warhawks enter today on a 46-game winning streak, the best in the nation currently. After last week's shutout of Washington University, some guys to keep an eye on. Senior quarterback Lee Brecky replacing Matt Blanchard, who's now in the NFL. He completed 52% of his passes for a touchdown. Junior wide receiver Steve Morse is also a guy to keep an eye on. He had 7 catches for 103 yards and a touchdown last week. The Warhawks are going to stop the high-scoring Titans offense. Wismer and Cortez will have to be key contributors defensively. On the offensive side of the football, senior quarterback Lee Brecky took great strides last week at Stout, completing 12 of 17 passes for 222 yards and throwing 3 touchdowns in what Warhawk head coach Lance Leipold called his best game of the year. Welcome to Warhawk Sports Report. I'm Sean Tehan alongside Andy Mindham. The Warhawks will welcome the UW-Stevens Point Pointers in a non-conference matchup at Perkins Stadium on Saturday. You were talking about thanking the seniors. Seniors Desmond Ward, Ryan Wankman, and Steve McCollum also had big impacts on Saturday's game. Ward had a couple of rushing touchdowns. McCollum and Wankman each had an interception. What else can you say, though, about their final performances as Warhawks? Expect Patterson and leading rusher Desmond Ward to receive plenty of carries against the Falcons. For the Warhawk Sports Report, I'm Sean Tehan. Now, you talk about that 2-point conversion with the Pioneers going for the win at the end. Take us through what exactly happened on that play. From 2008 through 2011 at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, former running back Lavelle Coppage rushed for a school record 7,795 career yards and was a regular in the end zone, scoring 109 career touchdowns while helping the Warhawks win 3 national titles in his 4 years. UW-Whitewater Athletic Director Dr. Paul Plinsky will always remember what Coppage did for the university.
I have nothing but fond memories of Lavelle Coppage. He always has a smile on his face, has great personality, easy to talk to. He will truly go down as one of the all-time greats, not only in Whitewater football history, but also in the WIC and the NCAA.
After finishing up an outstanding football career with the Warhawks, he left school to train in Minnesota for the NFL draft. No NFL team drafted or signed Coppage, and he decided to go back to school.
To work that hard and to put so much effort into one thing, you know, and to leave everything behind and drop everything and to go do something that you wanna do in life. To do that and to not get what you want out of it was pretty difficult for me.
In October 2012, 1 month into Coppage's fall semester, he was arrested at his 213 North Fraternity Lane apartment and charged with possession of marijuana and drug paraphernalia, as well as 4 counts of manufacturing and selling THC. Coppage was kicked out of school.
Kind of fell into the wrong path. I kind of lost track of the big picture and just kind of fell into the wrong things and with the wrong crowd, and eventually got caught up in something that I shouldn't have been doing.
Friend and former teammate Anthony Dowry was shocked to hear Coppage had been arrested.
Well, I couldn't really believe it. It was very shocking to me and saddening initially when I heard it.
Dowry, a former fullback turned defensive lineman for the Warhawks, said Coppage was nothing but a great teammate and friend to him.
He was one of the guys, even as a star football player, brought me in as a freshman and kind of mentored me. He was always encouraging everyone and trying to help the younger guys any way he could.
Some people are not very fond of Coppage and his current situation.
People said, regarding to you, not my words at all, if he got a second chance to make a run at the NFL would set a poor example for the type of guys they take. Citizen before an athlete. If you want to make him feel invincible, let him play. If you want to teach him a lesson, jail him. And lastly, just because you're an athlete doesn't mean you should get breaks in life. Why give him a break just because his name is popular in a Google search? Jailbait. What is your thoughts on these people's opinions?
People have the right to say whatever they want to say. You know, they don't really understand my situation. They're not really in my shoes. So at the end of the day, you know, I have to look myself in the mirror. At the end of the day, I have to know who I am as a person. I know my thoughts, I know who I am, and at the end of the day, it's just me, you know. So.
Coppage said he believes it could have been much worse for him.
Talking over with my mom, you know, you kind of look at it as a blessing because it's something that I could have really gotten into. Looking back on it, it's very, very stupid of me to do something like that.
Coppage said he only manufactured and sold THC for a short time before he was arrested, and he is now completely done with the drug business. Dowry says all Coppage wants to do is erase his poor image.
Just having his name associated with something like this, he's not too fond of, and he's been working tirelessly to disassociate his name with this situation.
How do you want to try and change people's view of you?
Being who I am, you know, that down-to-earth person, that's who I am. That's the person that I am, and that's the person that I kind of lost track of.
On January 23rd, Coppage moved to Green Bay, Wisconsin after the Indoor Football League's Green Bay Blizzard offered Coppage a contract, a deal which he couldn't refuse.
It's an opportunity, you know, and you can't really pass up too many opportunities in life to move up and continue chasing my dream.
In 4 games with the Blizzard this season, Coppage had 2 touchdowns and led the Blizzard with 121 rushing yards. Coppage didn't know where he would end up after he was done playing for the Warhawks, and he knows there are some things he can and can't control.
I can't control who wants me to, but all I can control is how hard I work and what I can do to get there.
Coppage said he would like to eventually graduate to make his number 1 fan proud.
Something that I know will make my mom proud. I'm a big mama's boy.
I guess I'm a bit of a mama's boy too, I'd have to admit.
Coppage wants the Warhawk fans, along with his former teammates and coaches, to understand he is sorry.
I just want to apologize because I do understand that I'm a big name to that program and that organization, and it's just, I don't want that to reflect them.
Dr. Plinsky and Dowry both said they believe Coppage deserves a second chance.
I believe in him. I support him 100%. I see him as being one of our members of our Warhawk family.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody at all.
Coppage is currently participating in a court-ordered program at Ocean Hawk Counseling Alternatives in Stoughton, Wisconsin. Coppage has been working towards moving up to either the Canadian or Arena Football League by next year, and all Coppage wants is another opportunity to pursue his NFL dreams.
We all make mistakes, and things happen. People do things that aren't really in their nature, and second chances are there, and they're there for a reason.
That will do it for Inside Warhawk Football alongside
UW-Whitewater head football coach Lance Leipold, I'm Sean Tehan. How would you describe yourself for people who may not know? How would you describe what kind of player you are? All right, thanks, Coach. And for Inside Warhawk Football, for Coach Leipold, I'm Sean Tehan.